Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Lighting Your Sunshine, where we like to shine a light within and empower ourselves. So for today's message, I'm not quite getting any insights, but I am getting a lot of nature vibes, nature and healing. And so the combination of decks that we have today are Cat Wisdom, we've got Ascended Masters, we've got Archangel Raphael healing cards, and then the fairy blessing cards. So it's all a bunch of greens and yellows, and then white is kind of like the vibe that I get. All right, let's get this out of the way. Stay. All right, let's start off with fairy blessing. I'm picking up on nature spirits coming through, and yeah. What's the story? What's the blessing? It feels very smooth. Oh, there it is. We'll get two. I was like, yeah, it just felt very smooth. I almost was like, is this even gonna produce a card? Is it just gonna keep flowing? But eventually it kind of came out, and it actually was just like, bling, there we are. So what did we get? We actually got two, and they're both kind of a periwinkle color. So a blessing of sight, a blessing of movement. So I don't know. This one says a blessing of sight, and then this one says a blessing of movement. And so by the time I'm getting something that you've seen something when you're on a walk, something to do with nature walks. All right, let's just see what else wants to come out. Okay, so we got exercise is key, we got meditation, and then we got good night's rest. Let's just do all of them. Let me see the whole story so that then we got let it go. I feel like I need one more. And then we have in reverse. It says, see the other person's point of view in reverse. Saying let it go and see their person's view. With these two, I really got that it was a nature walk, like take a hike, that the blessing in nature for something for you to heal is a sight out in nature. So that's what I'm kind of seeing here. It says exercise is key and the meditation. I'm seeing someone go out. I see them have a problem. This problem's keeping them up at night. They're not getting a good night's rest. In fact, this thing has got them in a loop in their mind. They're not here, and that's why it's saying this blessing of sight. It's like I see it like telling that story in their head, fighting the fight. It's almost like they're fighting with someone, as it says here, see someone else's point of view. And I feel like that someone has taken too much of your time, attention, and energy already. It's saying, let it go. It's saying, exercise is key. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for motivating me and guiding me to an exercise program that fits my schedule, my interests, and my budget. And so normally, right, everyone kind of has excuses when it comes to taking their health into their own hands. Oh, I can't afford a membership. Oh, I don't have enough time. I don't this, and this. But it's almost like I see this person has an excess of time, so much time. So time's not a factor. And as this says, the blessing of movement. I see someone who's emotionally in a fight with themselves, and it has to do with someone else, that someone else has done them wrong or said or did something. And I'm getting like you go off on a walk, you go off on your hike or whatever, and it's almost like to calm yourself down. But there's a lot more benefit to it, because by actually moving, it's like working that cellular memory. It's almost like I'm seeing someone walk thousands of miles, thousands of miles, but never having awareness of it, right? They're in their head, but they keep moving. And it's almost saying like, that's a good thing, that body movement is good, because it helps it so it doesn't stay that, what am I trying to say here? That emotion, that low dense frequency of that fight with whatever that person is. Because I don't know, I see it as like, I can't believe they did that. I wish I said this. Like, it's those kind of things over and over and over. And so like, as you go for a walk, it's a benefit, because you're taking your health into your own hands. You're working through your own energy. You're working through your subconscious blocks, and you don't quite realize it. But I feel like there's going to be this moment, the blessing of sight. Because I keep seeing that, as I said, this person's walked thousands of miles and had so many arguments in their head. And then the blessing of sight is like realization, aha moment, of seeing the whole picture, that why everything happened the way it did. And so I did pull 2 more. What did we get? We got proceed with care in reverse. That landed on top of let go. So yeah. And as this one said, see the other person's point of view, we had safety. So as I lay these out, I'm getting a pattern here when it comes to colors. White and like this desert kind of sand, brown mud color. I'm seeing a layer of rocks, and like each one had like its prime, its time, its level. And then I'm seeing them kind of the pressure like compacting on top of each other. And now they're showing that as the spine, and the spine being suppressed. And that's why it's like, I don't know. I'm seeing the weight of the world crushing it down, crushing it down, crushing it down. And so there's like this need to like wake up. That's what it is. A good night's sleep. And because you're kind of stuck in this perpetual nightmare. And it's because you never quite got all the facts. You never, the other person, as it said, see their point of view. You already know their point of view. This person has spewed their point of view onto you all the time. And you already saw their point of view. It still doesn't make sense. The math ain't mathin'. And so I really feel like in this that it's time to like move on and let go, as this card is saying. That you keep hoping that this person will change, that they'll grow, that, you know, love will endure all. But I get that, as this said, there's a safety issue here. And the safety issue is robbing you of your peace. It's like I just keep hearing that, like, no matter what situation happens, no matter what you do, you're the one who stresses about the outcome of it. That person is having a good night's sleep. They don't even care how you think or feel. And like, maybe they do, but it's only because they want to control the narrative on how you view them, how they're perceived in this situation. So a blessing of movement and the blessing of sight. The sight is waking up and seeing things clear and having your aha moment. Let's read this one. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for helping me relax and sleep deeply, for I know that you are guiding, healing, and protecting me while I rest. So that's what I see. I see this aha moment. I seen a mental clarity coming. I seen something coming to say, hey, this is the reason why everything happened this way. And it's like that peace comes with it, that peace of heart, that peace of mind. You no longer have to go out searching for answers. I feel like that's what I feel like all these walks were, all these talks, all this like working in the energy through you. It was like trying to find something. It was always within you, but I've seen you going outwards to find that thing within you, which in the end did work for you. It was helpful. You had all the nature elements, Archangel Raphael, plus your guides and like spirit team all kind of like coming in to like hold space. And they saw you, as they said, like walk thousands of miles but never actually really be a part of it. It's almost like the body did so much energy, so much you know, that when you brought the subconscious part, right, the mind and the sight and the awareness back into it, it's just like, I'm seeing a mountain, and you know how it's like we have to conquer this mountain, because that's what it was, a mental thing that just kept you stuck. So now you see this mountain and you're like, I've gotta get over this hill, right? And it's just like, how do you conquer this challenge? Well, it's a step at a time. But I see, like, by you not even knowing that you were dealing with this mountain or challenge, I see someone just going for walks, and that it really helped with their mental health, it helped with their physical health, it helped with anything. Energetics balanced out. And so now it's like this clarity comes, this blessing of sight. Oh, I finally see where I'm meant to be. And so you look around and you're like, I don't remember walking, but it's kind of like sleepwalking, because you haven't been having a good night's sleep. You've had very restless sleeps, that you're probably even like sleepwalking, sleep talking, sleep eating, sleep something. And so you wake up, ching, and you look and you're like at the top of the mountain. You're like, when did I conquer this whole problem? And it's been while you've been doing all this physical movement. So Spirit's saying, like, it's really good that you still kind of honored your path, even though you didn't know you were, right? By taking care of yourself. You know that there's like 3 parts to spirituality, right? There's the mind, body, soul, right? We take care of the mind, we take care of the soul, but the body, we actually have to eat well, we have to exercise, and those are the things that can kind of get pushed a lot when we're stuck in a mental loop, especially mental loops. And so that's what I see, is like you having this aha moment. But this aha moment comes at, it's sad because you're gonna miss that person. I feel like that person was maybe supposed to be on that journey with you for the mountain, but there is someone that you need to let go. And it's like, see it from their point of view. And from your point of view, at the top of the mountain, like they're way down there. They didn't even start their soul lessons or shadow work or anything like that. And so it's sad. It is. And so I think there's like this understanding that you did the work alone, even though you didn't want to do that journey alone. But they still didn't even put on their shoes. They didn't even put on their running shoes to actually start the hike or the climb. And so there is a need to kind of let go of that. And I think with that is like trying to bring them up with you and elevate was the thing that kind of caused that mental war, that stress within the mind. Once you kind of stop that, once their energy's out of the equation, once you're no longer really caring how they think or feel, because they didn't care and think how you felt, that's when it's like all that extra energy that needs to be burnt off, I feel like it's subsiding. I feel like that's when you finally feel the peace, and you're like, okay, like, I'm almost seeing a moment where it's like having that realization that they're not going to do the journey with you. But then realizing that you, by waiting for them, that you needed to start the journey. And then having that little bit of stress of like, well, shit, where do I start? And then all of a sudden having this like realization moment of like, okay, well, I got to pack, I got to do all this, I got to start, I just got to start. And then being like, oh, I already did it. I don't even know when I did it, but I'm up here. I'm much better and farther. This blessing of sight and this blessing of movement really has taken again, remember all those like, I want to say sedimentary or whatever, the rocks that were like pressing on each other. I feel that elevation kind of compressing, right? The spine was being very compressed because the whole weight of the world of this other person was on you. So now it's kind of like letting their energy go back to them. And that is going to be a huge stress or a huge weight on them. But it's not your concern. It's for you to have peace and keep growing. So we have 2 more cards that we didn't read the bottoms of for the Raphael and healing. And it says, Dear Archangel, meditation. Dear Archangel Raphael, please meditate with me and guide me and my mind and body to focus upon peace, health, and wellness. And that's what I feel like. I feel like the body's doing one thing, the mind's doing the other thing. And then so when the mind finally sees what the body has been trying to tell it, the body's like, I got a lot of stress in here. And so intuitively, like, right, you breathe naturally, you do all these things. Your body just knows how to kind of do what it wants, work that energy. And so it's the mind. And so once I see that the mind is finally like, I understand what the body's been doing this whole time. And I've been fighting myself. I've been fighting my body and my energy for the happiness of something else, of someone else's point of view. But I gotta let that go, because that person, every time I'm around them, I've got to walk on eggshells, and it doesn't make me feel safe. And so I just see this person walking and walking and walking, and it started off quiet and eggshells and this mental thing, but towards the end, I'm seeing it more confident and like stomping, be like, here I am, right, with your roar. So, Archangel Raphael, thank you for motivating me and guiding me to an exercise program that fits my schedule, interests, and budget. I feel like budget is not quite saying like go and get a membership. I think the budget is your energy. I think it's your time and energy. That is your main expense in this. And then as it said, that fits my schedule and my interests. My interests to deal with my mind. My mind loops and those things that kind of need help getting a little bit of a reboot, a fresh, a jolt is what they're showing. So yeah, that's what I find like exercise kind of does, is it helps you rewire your mind. There's so many times, especially let's say you're doing something and you're tired, and you can just be like a little bit more, just up to that hill, or just to that point, right? I almost see it as like, I hate doing dishes, but you can be like, oh, I'm just gonna wash 5 things. The next thing you know, those 5 things were so quick and easy. You're like, oh, I'm just gonna do 2 more, and the next thing you know, they're all done. That's how this. It's like a procrastinators. But the only reason why this person procrastinated is because of the other person. They wanted that other person to join them on the journey because they were a team or a partnership or something. But that person, as it said, didn't even want to put on their shoes, didn't even want to start, didn't even want to see your point of view. And they saw your body getting all this stress. They saw your mind fighting itself, and they were just like, meh, that's them. And so stop taking on this person's energy and trying to elevate it and change it and find the peace, because it seems like they don't want peace. They just don't want anything. They don't even want to start. They want the easy, quick solution. So that's what I see is the body, because this person denied how you think it feels so much, the body got out of whack, out of alignment, a little bit of stress. And so now I see it as it just was buzzy. And intuitively, it knew how to get that buzzy energy out. It's just, we can also sleepwalk. We can walk through life and not be that conscious, right? We can be on autopilot or sleepwalking. So it's like the gift of sight is like waking up and seeing how far you naturally or intuitively healed yourself without knowing. So I think that's really cool. I think the body and your mind saying, give you a little bit more credit, right? You've got Archangel Raphael and all these nature teams and spirits kind of around you, and they said they didn't do much. All they did was like, they were the call. They were like, go to nature, go for a walk, go do this, and you did the rest. And you're guided and you're blessed the whole time, even though you couldn't quite see the blessings. But now that things are clear, because you've worked through those energetics, right? Your body knows how to heal itself. It does. You got like 5 main organs that are so good at detoxing and healing, and your mind seeks peace. It does. And so I feel like that's the thing that's going to come, is you're going to be like, have this realization that you got to let that person go. That's going to cause you a little bit of stress, that you didn't start sooner, that time has gone by, that you're too old for something now, blah, 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 blah. And then all of a sudden, look and be like, oh shoot, I'm exactly where I thought I needed to be. I didn't even know I got there. I didn't even know when the train pulled up, but it's here. And so accept your new blessings. So I do feel like I want to pull one more blessing card after all this, after all the realizations, all the energetics working through the body. Once you let this person go and realize they didn't want to start. And so not feeling guilty for being way farther on your journey. What's the blessing for you waiting at the top? Look at her. It's like she's like looking down. She's at the top of the mountain holding the light for the next people to come. But it is card number 35 and it says a blessing of belief. Oh my God, and she's standing on top of the mountain. I didn't even see the mountain. I thought she was floating in the air. She's at the top, and believe it. It's like, I thought I had to work really, really hard to get there. And intuitively, I just healed naturally. I let my guides and nature and Raphael kind of lead me on my way. And I did it without intention. I just am deserving of healing because I'm a powerful being. And so now you can go back and reflect on that. I hear the dark nights weren't as dark as you thought they were. Once you find yourself at the top and once you have the sight, right? Because you didn't have sight, so it was dark. You were in the dark and you climbed this whole mountain in the dark. And you keep thinking that the shadow work is like under the mountain, like it's like the cave or something. But you climbed a whole mountain in the dark. And so when the light comes on, when the I don't know, I feel like you're gonna trust yourself, your intuition, and that's where that belief in yourself and your journey, that there's nowhere that you need to be, that you'll just intuitively always be at the right place at the right time and heal in the fashion that is perfect for your soul. Peace be with you. So we'll leave it there. Have a good day, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.